Hello, I'm Sophie Blackall. I'm so happy to be here with you today for Barnes & Noble Storytime, and I'm going to read you my brand new book, which is called If You Come to Earth, published by Chronicle Books. If You Come to Earth is dedicated to everyone on Earth, especially the children, especially those I met in Rwanda, India, Bhutan, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Australia, and the USA, and especially those in Miss Greta's second grade class at the Brooklyn New School. I promised I would try to make a book about all of us and the planet we share. This is it. And for the real Quinn and his family, Elliot, Caroline, and Jolyon, you make the world a better place. If you come to Earth. Dear visitor from outer space, if you come to Earth, here's what you need to know. You can find us near a big sun and a tiny moon and a bunch of other planets. Ours is the greeny blue one.
The green and brown bits are land, and the blue stuff is water. People mostly live on the land in big cities and small towns and tiny villages, or just in the middle of nowhere. We live in all kinds of homes. We lost our homes in a fire, in a flood, in a war. In all kinds of families. There are more than 7 billion people on Earth. We all have bodies, but everybody is different. Except for my friends who are identical twins and look the same, except for Mustafa's mole. Inside our heads, we are usually thinking. You can't see our thoughts, but sometimes we show our feelings on our faces. Even if we don't feel like it, we get dressed every day. We wear different clothes depending on what we do and where we live and if it's hot or cold. There's lots of different weather in the world. Some of it's good and some of it's bad. Do you recognize Peter from A Snowy Day? Wherever people live, we usually have to go someplace else. There are lots of ways to get there. This page is an homage to one of my favorite children's book illustrators when I was little, Richard Scarry, and I used to love to look at all the busy things on Richard Scarry's pages, and so I put lots of busy things in here to find. Like when I was a kid, there was always a combi van that was breaking down in front of us, and I used to get very excited whenever I saw a truck pulling a house along. There's a garbage truck losing some garbage. I'm a kid, and kids go to school to learn stuff, so we'll know what to do when we're growing up. The kids on this page are all real kids. They were second graders at the Brooklyn New School, and all their names are in the back of the book. Grown-ups do lots of things to make the world work. I wonder if you recognize any of these grown-ups. They are all real people. Some of them are famous, and some of them are just real regular people like you and me. But maybe you recognize Dr. Hayden, who is the Librarian of Congress. Maybe you recognize Beyonce, or Serena Williams, or Ruth Bader Ginsburg. There are lots of other people on these pages. But when people are not at work or at school or sick or asleep, we get to do whatever we want. Whatever we are doing, we need to eat when we are hungry. Some of us have more food than others. We all need food and water to survive. We get water from the rain, which flows into little streams and big rivers and all the way to the sea. You can't drink the sea because it's too salty. The sea looks empty, but actually it's full. Did you see that little trick? Little hint of the great big whale. Fish can swim, but they can't walk. Most animals can walk or swim or gallop or hop, but they can't fly. I can fly, says the bat. Some birds can swim and walk and fly. I can't fly, says the penguin. So if I had to choose, I'd be a bird. Birds can sing, so can whales, and people. People make all kinds of music on our own and all together. Some of us who are deaf talk with our hands and faces. Some of us who are blind read with our fingers. There's a secret message in Braille here that my friend Nate told me about. If we are blind, we can imagine colours as shapes and sounds. These are the colours you need to paint everything in the world. I asked a lot of people for help coming up with the names for these colours, and I got some great suggestions. I love, this one is unicorn's tail. This one is squeaky marker. I love grandma's lipstick. And I think one of my very favourites is this one, leftovers. Some things are part of nature. Some things are made by people. Some things are big, some are small. Do you know what that one is? It's a grain of sand. Not to be confused with that one, which is a freckle. Some things are invisible, like wind, an invisible cloak, ghosts, gravity, electricity, the smell of roast chicken, old socks, frangipani, wet wool, sound waves, germs. Some germs can make you sick. So can eating a woolly milk-capped toadstool, or breathing in smoke, or getting spat on by a slow loris. They may look adorable, but they have poison in their spit. Actually, it's in their elbows, but if they lick their elbows and then spit on you, you can get really sick. Sometimes people get hurt by accident. Mom! Sometimes we hurt each other. It's better when we help each other. Babies are not very good at anything. Kids are good at lots of things. Grown-ups can do just about anything until they are really, really old. But by then, the babies are grown up and can help. Older people are good at telling stories about the world when they were young. Kids are good at making up stories that haven't happened yet. There are lots of things we don't know. We don't know where we were before we were born or where we go when we die. But right this minute, we are here together on this beautiful planet. If you come to Earth, you can stay in my room. Love, Quinn.
P.S. How many eyes do you have? Are you small or big? Do you have any pets? When is your birthday? Is it always dark where you are? Are you coming to visit us? My friends and I want to know. And that is the end of If You Come to Earth. But if you look underneath the jacket, you will see a surprise. I don't know if this is what visitors from outer space look like, but they might. Perhaps you have an idea. Perhaps you could draw some. That would be great. Thank you so much for spending this Barnes & Noble Storytime with me. It was great to spend it with you, and I hope you enjoy every day you spend on Earth.